Let me know if you're with me on this, but everywhere I travel, I look for places that uphold craftsmanship and still put a lot of care into the products they make, whatever they may be. So being in Berlin, I made a stop by the Meeresbeach store in Mitte to buy a few things. And before you say anything, this isn't a sponsored post. I just really like what the brand stands for. They're a brand from the Swabian Alps since 1911 and have stayed really close to their roots, and are one of the only manufacturers in the world using a particular production method called loop wheeling. And I don't want to get too deep into the production, but basically the method is vastly inefficient in a world that demands efficiency and scalability. So much so that in the time that it takes for them to make one t-shirt, a modern factory has made 30. And while I wouldn't say anything in the store is cheap relative to what you get at an H&M, I think there's an interesting commentary to be had here. Each piece in their core line is proof that someone, somewhere, refused to cut corners, and I think it's rare to find places that still really care about their craft. So they're famous for this white t-shirt. And like, I know it's just a white t-shirt, but someone said no to the cheaper version of this. And when it's about values and craftsmanship, it's a stance that some things are worth preserving. And my role in that conversation is that buying from them is how I vote for their survival. I also picked up a few other things here. I grabbed this long sleeve Henley t-shirt, and actually I made two stops. So the other day I grabbed this thinner long sleeve, and then I grabbed this like blue button up. But honestly, some of my favorite moments when traveling aren't the obvious ones, but they're finding places like these. Stores that are essentially cultural archives, keeping something alive that the rest of the world moved on from. And every time I find one, it reminds me that the best things are almost always made by the people who never stop caring. I have so many more thoughts from my time in Berlin, so be sure to like and follow if you want to stay up to date. And if you know any other brands like this around the world, be sure to leave in the comments and I'll make an effort to check it out.